Hello students, lecture 30. Today in this lecture we will discuss railways, pipeline transportation and waterways. First article is railways. Railways is the principal mode of transportation. Principal means most of the people prefer traveling or using railways for different purposes. Second thing about railways is it is the largest public sector undertaking in India. Largest public sector undertaking in India. The first train in India was steamed off or started from Mumbai to Thane in 1853, covering 34-kilometer distance. Railways have become more important in India's economy as they carry bulky, large goods for a long distance. However, railway transport, after having so many advantages, still railway transport faces some administrative and maintenance problem. Number one, construction of bridges requires lot of bad money and time, and due to that speed of the railways slow down. In the hilly areas of peninsular India, that is most southern part, railway tracks are laid through hills, gaps and tunnels. It also poses a security threat, speed slowing down of the speed and high maintenance cost. Himalayan mountain regions are also unfavorable for the construction of railway lines due to highest elevation point in the surface. That angle of gradient or tangential height is more. So in such areas railways cannot be successful. Another problem is that railway face difficulty in laying down the rail tracks in sandy and swampy areas. Sandy, that is deserts of Rajasthan, and swampy areas, that is coastal areas. And administrative problem are railways fail to control passengers traveling without ticket. After 1853 the first train steamed off, so almost more than 150 years have gone, so still people are traveling without ticket. It poses an economic loss to the railways. Another problems are illegal chain pulling. It causes the administrative problem, delaying the trains, and accident cases occur due to illegal chain pulling, and theft cases and damage of the railway property are some administrative problems faced by Indian Railways. Now in this regard, question can be asked that what are the problems faced by Indian Railways in the present days? It is a very important question. In India there are three gauges, that is gauges means the width of the tracks. That is the broad gauge. This is the most surfaced rail tracks in India. Its width, the gap between two tracks is 1.676 meter. Its length is almost 1,12,388 kilometer. These distances are just for your information, since these distances keep on changing because every time our government keeps on adding the gauges. Second gauge is meter gauge. The width between two tracks is 1 meter. Its length is 4,747 kilometer. And the third category of gauges is narrow gauge. Its width is 0.762 meter. Such gauges are found in the hilly areas, that is in Shimla, In Ooty you can go, or in other Himalayan, although in Himalayan belt such trains are laid down. So basically from Kalka to Shimla, it is a narrow gauge. Its length is 2495 kilometer. Comparison between railways and roadways we have already discussed. So once again I want to repeat, roads are feeder means of transportation. Roads provide door to door services. Construction and maintenance cost of road is lower than railways. Roads can travel in highly dissected and high gradients. Roads are better for short journey and small goods. Roads are safer means of transport than railways. Now if question is asked that compare how railways are better than roadways, railways are also advantageous. So railways provide comfort journey for long distances. Large number of people can travel in one go. Large goods can be taken to distance of places. It is economical. The cost of passenger tickets and freight, that is luggage goods, is low compared to roads. So these are some advantages of railways over roadways, which roadways are not. Next article is pipeline transportation in India. Pipelines are used for transporting various goods in liquid as well as solid in the form of slurry. Chemically, you might be knowing slurry. When solid like iron ore is mixed with its solvent, it turns into slurry and it can be transported through pipe. The far inland locations of refineries like Barauni, Mathura, Panipat, and gas-based fertilizer plants spread all over India are connected through pipelines because they need petroleum for producing all these fertilizer, etc., and all these oil refineries where this petroleum products are refined. Second feature about pipeline is initial cost of laying pipeline is high, but subsequent running costs are minimal. Pipeline does not causes any delay or losses, or pipeline rules out any kind of delay in transportation and losses. Next point is from oil field in Upper Assam to Kanpur via Guwahati, Barauni and Allahabad, it has branches from Barauni to Haldia via Rajband to Murigram and Guwahati to Siliguri. These are important for 1 mark, that which of the following pipeline has all these branches like this. So in MCQ form, in fill-ups and so on. Next point is from Salaya in Gujarat to Jalandhar in Punjab via Viramgam, Mathura, Delhi and Sonipat. It has branches to connect Koyali in Gujarat. And last point for pipeline is gas pipeline from Hazira in Gujarat connects Jagdishpur in UP via Vijaypur in MP. It has branches in Rajasthan, Shahjahanpur, Babrala and other places in UP. This is also known as HVJ gas pipeline. Hazira, Vijaypur, Jagdishpur gas pipeline on map is also shown. So you have to focus on map. Next article is waterways. Features of waterways. Number 1, waterways are the cheapest means of transportation. These are more suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. Waterways are fuel efficient and friendly mode of transportation. Next point, India has inland navigation waterways of about 14,500 kilometers in length. But out of these, only 5,685 kilometers are navigable, means which can be used by mechanized vessels, motored boats and small ships, छोटे जहाज. There are 5 national waterways in India. They are number 1, National Waterway number 1, also written as NW number 1, National Waterways number 1. It is in Ganga River water between Allahabad and Haldia, covering distance 1620 kilometer. National Waterway number 2 in Brahmaputra River between Shadia to Dhubri, covering 891 kilometer. National Waterway number 3, the West Coast Canal in Kerala, Kottapuram, Kollam, Udyog Mandal, Champakkara are the that coming in between the stations. It is 205 kilometer long. National Waterway number 4, the specified stretches of Godavari and Krishna rivers along with Kakinada, Puducherry stretches, and it longs about 1078 kilometers. And National Waterway number 5, the specified stretch of river Brahmani along with Matai river, delta channels of Mahanadi and Brahmani river, and East Coast Canal. It is about 588 kilometers long. There are some other important water transport takes place in the country. They are Mandvi, Juari, Kamburjuna, Sundarban in deltas, Barak, and backwaters of Kerala. Backwaters, due to this, if you go to Kerala, you will find a canal parallel to ocean. Parallel to ocean. In between this canal and ocean, there is a road. So basically, backwaters name is as tides rise up in the oceans, water enters into the canal and starts flowing backward. That's why it is called backwaters. So that's all for the day. Thank you very much. Keep on watching.